Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new two. And I'm going to be doing a part two because, and okay, one thing is I've talked about money on and off throughout my journey with this channel. And one reason is I've learned a lot about relationships versus money, and I have had to bump into the reality of a lot of men want broke women or dependent women, or the hobosexuals want certain women or women who have lower self esteem or don't see themselves as worthy. They want to take advantage of them, either take their money, their bed, their house, their whatever they can, they will take. And Mr. Lockakey, oh, it's like he didn't need my house, or well, he wanted to steal from the house, but he's pretty much a homosexual. He lived with his grandparents and things like that, but whatever he could take from me, he wanted. And when it was time for him to pay me back, literally telling me that I had to get back with him and sleep with him in order to get my money back. And then he used his now wife as a threatening source because he used to threaten me with his life and safety and or punching holes in walls, etc. But now she wants to keep her man. I want her to keep him. I didn't Before he found her online, he was looking for me. He went so far because we originally met on Plenty of Fish, and I was never going to date him. Go back, because yeah, I forgot which episodes, but I've talked about him so many times. But I told the story of how we met and how we ended up, or how I ended up being blackmailed to date him because he stole from me, forced me to have to come to his house. And so I never want to date him. I never want to be with him. And when I finally felt like I was safe enough to break up with him, especially once I realized, even when my family said I would never finish my second master's, when he was trying to stop me from finishing my and the thing is, till this day, he doesn't know I finished unless his grandfather told him. His grandfather was the only one who saw my plaque of me finishing. And I busted my tush off. And I still remember his stepmother like, you're nothing but an N-word. You think you're gonna get educated, you think you're gonna be so great, you think you're gonna be this and that, and oh, who's gonna hire you? It's like, you're an N-word, you're an N-word. And she was really drunk that night, but she never apologized. She meant every word, and we all know it. We all know it. And he, quote unquote, tried to separate her from me, but I will never forget when he ended up sitting next, because I was outside. It was the nighttime. And I remember one of his other female friends, whatever, she was over. We were sitting on the porch talking, and we were looking at the stars, and we're like, the star, oh my gosh, it looked beautiful outside. So with her doing that, she just kind of messed up the whole, we continued looking outside and talking, and I was telling her about it's like we ended up talking about some of our goals and dreams, and how we both wanted to own our own shops and stuff, and a no, I can't, a bed and breakfast. And we were even talking about menu ideas and things like that. It's like, but I remember he sat down with us and he was just like, see, it's like, this is why both of you have a hard time finding men. It's like, you have all these goals, and what man is going to keep up with you? What man's going to want this? And who's going to want to deal with this? And I'm like, well, the way you keep stealing from all your jobs, you're going to need a woman with that ambition, with those goals, with those aspirations, and with the money to be able to handle that. And yeah, I already knew I was going to break up with him, but part of like him saying that, if you're going to have the nerve to say that, if you are going to have the nerve to say that, Don't borrow gas money. When you go to the grocery store, don't say that you don't have any food money, or don't say that you forgot your wallet at home. Don't. Don't. And so anyway, it's just have paperwork, have initial, like I said, I need to promote this as much as possible, and for me to put it in an easy way, if I need to try to create like contracts and things like that to make like, because it you may say, but I'm married to him. People change throughout a relationship. Once you think the relationship is going to end, you're going to find like the Dr. Jekyll's going to turn into Mr. Hyde. You're going to see the monster in people. And with dating, the first 30 to 90 days, you're going to see how amazing and wonderful they are. But then after, once they know that you're with them, once they know that you're theirs, especially a lot of red pill men, they feel like you're their property. And that's one reason why, like, I will never get married, but one reason I'm never changing my last name. Because especially the history of that, and with like it basically saying that women are men's property, no, I'm never going to be a man's property. And my church, they disagree. I don't care. This is my opinion. This is my stance. And it's really crazy how a lot of a lot of mostly MAGA and Republican, but I've even like spotted a couple of Democratic men tell me, well, it's your job to get married. You're one of those good girls. You cook, you clean, you do like, and like they sound almost as misogynistic as the Republican men, which is like revulsive, disgusting, just arrogant, and just ugh, ugh, ugh. But when it comes to Republican MAGA men, oh my gosh, you better get that paper, have it signed, initialed, the date, the exact amount, and then even like put a date of when you expect that money by. If it's 30 days, 60, 90, but once you hit that 90, like, or if especially if it's a larger amount, break it down, like, because they're like, oh, that's too much money. No, 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 okay, break it down. Because we even have that one food service, I can't remember the name of that, but it's like they're even allowing you to make payments on food. If you can make payments on food, then it's like break it down in small things, so then they have no excuse to not be able to pay you back your money. Okay. Okay. Because oh, I have so many examples of stories of how and why, like, Mr. Thomas didn't want to date me anymore because I was publishing children's books. I don't have enough money still to advertise and market the way I do, or the way I want to. And so I was like, I'm still building and writing my different items and stuff for the business. But back then, when I was just publishing, so at least I can be an author in case, because doctors back then were like, well, it might be cancer, it might be a disease, it might be this, it might be that. And I still can't believe some men were threatened by that. And then I'm going to tell you about the guy who, yeah, forgot his wallet at like, we were at the restaurant, we ordered, and I think he ordered a couple beers already. And yeah, next thing I know, I had to pay it. So, like, make sure. And then I found out he did it on purpose too. And this is the same guy. Speaking of like MAGA and everything, it's like, yeah, whenever I think of police, I like think of MAGA. This is the same guy who got pulled over by police when we were supposed to meet up at his family's cabin, and he was drinking and driving. But the police officer was racist, full out, obviously racist, because he was able to get out of it. He, like, my, like, this ex, whatever, told the police officer, "Oh, I'm engaged. Oh, my fiance," and like all this other whatever. So the police officer literally had him call me, and then I had to drive back. And then the police officer's like, "I don't want to arrest a white man. I really don't want to arrest a white man." He kept saying it. He kept saying he didn't want to arrest a white man. Why don't you say you don't want to arrest him, or you don't want to arrest a man, but instead you keep saying white man? So if he was black, you would have arrested him. If he wasn't white, you would have arrested him. Yeah, this is in like the Livonia area. And we all know about Livonia. We all know about Livonia. But it was like Livonia, Canton. I think it was more Livonia, but yeah, we all know about Livonia, don't we? Don't we? And like, but the thing is, we were not engaged. This guy lied to the officer, but the officer, he soaked in this story because he wanted to find a reason not to arrest him, and he told me to drive him. And he was like, "Well, okay, let's just leave your car in this parking lot, and then you can drop him off in the morning." And he's like, "I really don't want you I don't want to arrest you. I don't want to put you in that situation. I know. I just know this will be a hardship for you. So let's just, you drive him. Like, first, let's, get your car out the way, and we'll park it here. It'll be okay. It'll be safe." Yeah. So when we talk about white privilege, so when white people tell me there's no such thing as white privilege, when I have literally been like pulled over because of my college tassel, and then a Flint police officer fondles me. Yeah, it's like he had me for like, it was my ex from Flint and myself. He pulled us over for an hour, empties out my purse, his wallet, whatever, and puts me in the back, or like I was in the back of my car, had me leaning, and just had his hands all over me. So if you want to talk about white privilege and you want to say that it doesn't exist, it's like, yeah, when people try to tell me it doesn't exist, and then I try to give them examples, they try to shut me up. I will not shut up on what I know, on what I witness, on the exact issues that our country has. And then Megan wants to say I don't love this country. Oh no, I want to fix the racism, sexism, ableism, the bigotry, and all of those issues, so that the Statue of Liberty can stand up as truth. Because right now she's holding up a sign that's not truthful. It's not honest, truthful. It's like a marketing strategy. You know. So anyway. It's like, and yeah, I had to mention the racism because we're gonna, slide on in back to the story time of Mr. No Heart and everything like that. Because, okay, remember, November, yeah, could no longer walk. December, yeah. And so him and I are having the discussion about like me getting my money back because he needed to borrow the money. If you listen to the last episode, you already know what for. But it's 6 months later. And I'm like, okay, it's 6 months. I want my money. And it's like you've been working overtime, you've been doing, like, you've been paying your bills and stuff like that. So it's like you need to at least pay me part of it, because with those tests I want to pay. Like, I had enough, but I like having emergency money in my account and things like that. So to me it was just like, okay, I'm not going to have that comfy money anymore once I pay this. And so, like, I'm asking, pay it back or whatever. And he's letting me know, no, that's your Christmas present money. I'm buying you a laptop. And part of me, like, I was about to be really petty, but I wanted to make sure he paid me back the money. That's the only reason I didn't get petty. Because I was about to Google definition of Christmas present, definition of present, definition of gift. Because you know what? While I'm on, like, let me get out my phone and, yeah, let me do that right now. Because, yeah, I'm petty. It's like, if you're going to try to buy someone a present with their money, let's see. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to use gift. Yeah, let me use gift. Okay, here we go, here we go. A thing given willingly to someone without payment. Without payment. I paid for like what he's trying to give me, I paid for. So that's not a gift. That's not a gift. He was literally gonna spend every dime. Like he told me, I found a laptop that is almost exactly with the amount that that you gave me, etc., etc. And I'm just, oh, you do not know how frustrated I was. But yeah, a thing given willingly to someone without payment, a present, a present. So. And then that is a noun. As a verb, give. And then as a gift, especially formally or as a donation or bequest. So yeah, what he was doing was not a gift. I repeat that. What he was doing was not a gift because it's a donation. How are you going to donate something that is owed? That's not a donation. That's not a gift. That's not a present, especially a Christmas present. And okay, I'm going to slide in some other, pettiness because the only Christmas presents he has ever given me with his money were stuffed animals. Yeah, he would give me a stuffed animal. That's it. That's all he's ever given me. But then I've told you in other episodes, he would brag to me how he bought his ex-wife jewelry, pearls or diamonds or whatever. And at the 5-year mark of our relationship, I asked him, so because I was kind of tired of the stuffed animals. I'm not saying I wanted just jewelry, but I wanted something other than a stuffed animal. It's like I'm not a child. Especially, I'm the one giving you gas money so you can go to work. I'm the one lending you money. I'm the one feeding your children when you forgot to pay the electric bill or light bill, gas bill, or your gas bill or whatever. And so like you didn't have any heat and you didn't have any lights. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm like, I know he's probably never going to listen to this, but just in case, I want it to hit hard, very hard. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if someone is using you, and if you are using someone like that, and if you have the nerve to give them something, so like, and it's like, if that's all you can afford, that's one thing. But then if I'm seeing you earlier that month and after the new year, you're buying so much for 20, you're buying like this and that, and I mean, I know your children come first. I know this. But then when you give me a cheap, sad looking toy, and it's like, and but then I'm seeing, and like I said, I know the kids come first. Some people are going to say I'm selfish or stingy or how can I think of myself over the children? And I'm not. But part of me just feels like if you saw, if you like even compared, and if you say that you want to treat like, it's different if we were just dating and if it wasn't going to be, a long, long relationship. But you're talking about a man who told me He's never going to get married, but he wants to be with me for the rest of his life. He wants us to be together like we're married. But then he tells me, you're never going to have my kids, so you're never going to get jewelry. While I'm loaning him money. It's like he is buying me stuffed animals, but then the next month I'm seeing him buy for 20, but then he's asking to get gas money from me. Yeah. So if you feel like someone's using you, run. And I know it's going to be harder for some because, like with me, I was scared because my walking was getting worse and I knew no one was going to want me after him. So part of me, I was just like, okay, shouldn't I want to be with him rather than being alone? Shouldn't I tolerate him rather than being alone? But then I realized, and divorce helped, the show Divorce Court and some of the other shows helped me as well. And I started watching the men's red pill shows, and I started seeing some like a whole bucket list of things he was doing. And I'm like, that's why. Oh my gosh, he's doing that too. Oh my God, he does that too. So that's when I woke up and realized it's like, yeah, I'm going to have some sad days. But at the same time, I had to literally tell a man to not buy me a present with the money that he owed me. And the reason why he wanted to give me this laptop because he wanted to be able to go up north to his mother, to his MAGA family members, and tell them, I bought her a laptop. I got her an expensive, nice laptop. Maybe not that expensive, but a lot more expensive. Like, remember, stuffed animal toys. That's what he's always given me. And I let them know too. But then he would lie. Like, his mother would be like, you only gave her what? And he's like, oh, I gave her some other things too. And I'm like, name it. And he got so mad. Like, he told me I'm not allowed to bring that stuff up anymore. And even before driving up north, he would tell me, if they ask you what you get, just say, oh, it's private. It's between him and I. Because he doesn't want them to know either I didn't get anything for Christmas or I only got a stuffed animal. Yeah, yeah, that's the kind of guy he was. Yeah. And so, anyway, and also, I remember, I think it was our second or third Christmas. I pay attention in relationships. I pay hardcore attention. And I noticed how his daughters were playing with his video game controllers really hard and they broke one or whatever. And there was this one amazing website where they sold some at like a bulk, like you had to buy like a certain amount. So I got a pack or two for him. And then or his bedding had holes from like his puff or whatever. So I bought him new sheets and a comforter, and then this is all the same year. And then I got him like two or three other things. I can't remember everything, but I remember with the bed sheets and the controllers. When I mentioned those things to his mom, she was like, "You got him all of that? You knew he needed this? You need like," and I was just like, "Yes." And I remember she said something about race too, or she said something about she didn't think that black women or black people would be able to afford such things or whatever, because it's like, I don't know if he took pictures of it or what, but I remember she was like, you got him that, you got him this. And she was like, oh. And I think it was like the same year she took her granddaughters and myself to the mall, and I found this beautiful necklace on sale. And so I went and got it and I paid for it. And I remember she was watching me. because I think I paid with it with one of my debit or credit cards or whatever. And she acted like I wouldn't be able to have any money. She did not know. She did not know that her son had no money. I think I told, like, if I haven't told the story, I'll tell the story soon, but he he gaslit me and forced me to go up north one summer when he had to go camping with his family because he couldn't, he didn't want to be the only son missing from that event or whatever, and he had to have money, but he didn't have a dime. He had no money to spend. And so whenever they had to go get gas, he would sneak his hand to me for me to hand him a debit card or credit card. When they had to go get snacks or order food, one time he was like, "Oh, I'll order it." And he's looking at me. I'm like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because at first I told him, I will call my bank and like I will hand you this card and I will give you a limit. I will see if they will allow, like, for this weekend, I was like, $100 or $200. That's your limit for the gas, for like snacks or any emergency tidbit things that you may need. Because I didn't want to go up north with his racist family. In my opinion, they're absolutely racist. If you've been listening to the episodes, I have enough proof. But just, yeah, in my opinion, absolutely no good, racist, despicable human beings. But yeah, it's like for him to have the nerve. And so when I told him, you better give me back my money. It's been 6 months. That's my money. You are not going to buy me. Like, that's not a present. Again, not a present. Not a present. Let me know down below what you think. But finally, like, I think, like, he was on his way to his mother's house with his daughters. And he was like, "Oh, I'm going to give her Christmas present." He gave me the money. He paid me back the money. So my Christmas present was money owed to me. I got nothing else. Nothing else for Christmas. And the thing is, I still have his Christmas present in my room from that year because I invited him over for Super Bowl Sunday. He said he was coming. Did he come? No. And then right before March, because that's when I start the phone strike, if you remember, I invited him over and I was gonna buy, I had snacks and I even had a spicy snack because he loves hot stuff. And so he said he was coming, and then yeah, he played video games because I got on, like, I have that 2 or 3 like episode thing up too. Did he come by? No. Did he ignore me? Like, my, because I called him twice and texted him asking, what time are you coming? I want to know what time to put the frozen pizza in the oven. And it's like, I picked some movies out and my dad really wants to meet you. And yet, if you don't know, I will talk about why he never met my parents, because I invited him to the house over 20 to 30 times, literally 20 to 30 times. And but he forced me to meet his family. I'm gonna need a therapist on that one, because I'm like, you keep forcing me to meet your family. Actually, I'm gonna do an episode right on that. Okay. Well, this is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too. Keep some money on you. Have a contract on you. Don't let these people use you, because they will use you as much as you allow. Don't do it. Bye.